Are y'all Apple users? Do you like Apple? Because if so, Apple is actually presenting a really great opportunity for you to get involved. Hey, you guys, what is going on? Shaquan Chanel here from SLFX Trading. And in today's video, I am going to be talking about a few companies that you can invest in. So 2020 was a really good year for the stock market, and we're planning to make 2021 even better. Now, if you've never invested in the stock market before, or you don't know where to start, but you want to invest in the stock market, this is where you can utilize people like me who do invest and who do know how to read the stock market. You can lean on us to help you guys start the best way that we know how to possibly guide you guys. Now, please keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor. This is for education purposes only. I do ask that you do seek more professional help if you do decide to invest for yourself. Now, if you do decide to invest for yourself, I'll be teaching you guys terms along the way to help you identify things a little bit easier. So I am what you call a technical analyst. I technically analyze price charts, the past market behavior, and then what price is doing right now to get in at the best prices. Now, because I'm here on a price chart, you guys will be able to follow along with me to see what it is that I am looking at. I use this when I trade currencies, which I am a Forex trader or a currency trader and a coach. And I use this when I invest in things such as the stock market, ETFs, indices, whatever the case may be, that I find is a good opportunity for my money to grow. So let's go ahead and let's get into a few. So let me ask you guys a question. Are y'all Apple users? Do you like Apple? Because if so, Apple is actually presenting a really great opportunity for you to get involved. So what Apple is doing right now is it has a really nice uptrend, right? There's a really nice flow to it. Here's what I mean by that. If we look at these numbers that's here, 1.25, 1.20, 1.29, 1.22, 1.28, or 1.38.84. What's going on is the price is rising. We can see that the numbers are getting bigger. They're going longer, which means there is a high demand for the Apple stock. And their ticker symbol here is AAPL. Now, if you're a beginner and you're saying, Shaquan, what's the best way that I can, buy Apple? If it's a good play for you, then you guys can use a variety of things. If you want something from your phone, you can use Robinhood. I have a link down below, and every time if you do decide to jump on, you sign up for free, you support the channel, and I get a free stock as well too, right? So that's a good way to support the channel without it costing any money. Okay. Now, if you do decide that you want to go ahead and jump in, here's why this could be a really good play. We want price to stay above $1.23, which is right here from this wick. The reason why we want it to stay above here is because if it proves that it can, more than likely what could potentially happen is it can potentially come out and beat out the highs. And that's what we want, a steady growing price chart or a steady growing company. It shows that it has demand for the company to keep going up. Now, let's just say that price continues to fall after you buy. Well, that's fine, because if it then can prove that it can maybe come back down and test the last lows here, then you can buy it at a cheaper price. And some of y'all may say, well, shouldn't we wait for the pullback? This is what's called the pullback. So when price is pulling back, this allows investors or people like you who want to invest to get in at a cheaper price. Because let me ask you a question. Would you prefer to buy Apple at $138? Or would you prefer to buy Apple at $126? So I want you to think about it that way. The next word that we're going to look at is Baba, which is Alibaba. Ticker symbol is BABA. And I'm going to tell you guys why I'm liking this play. Number one, if you don't know what Alibaba is, think of Amazon, okay? Amazon is trading in at $3,000. Baba is trading at $239 for the moment. Now, Alibaba is located overseas, where Amazon is mostly widespread. But this one is overseas, right? Think of an international Amazon, just like I said. So if you wanted a really good play and something that can really go up, and I'm going to go to the higher time frames so you can see why I am looking at this one. The highs, or the highest that price has been on this ticker symbol or with this company, was recently in October at $319.42. this company has room to grow, especially now that we're going into the tech world, or the world where people don't leave their house as much and people are ordering things online. This one can rival with Amazon. So I'm liking this play right here as far as a long-term investment. And so if price can stay above the last lows here, which is at 169.24, and we stay above this ranging area, I do think that we could see the 320s or the 319s area again, and then maybe even potentially higher for $360. Now I'm looking at the price chart, which is called technical analysis. So I'm not looking at the PE ratios. I'm not looking at expense and the revenue portfolios or anything, the income state balance sheet. I'm not looking at any of that stuff. I'm looking at it technically wise. If you feel like you want to know more about that, I would say, once again, do your research or go find a financial advisor who can help you understand what those terms are, or Google can be your best friend, right? So if you want to know more about how the value of this company can rise, who's behind the company, what are their future plans with the company, what are they spending their money on, how do they plan to grow their shareholders' money, then I would say that's the time for you to do your research. But as far as how I'm looking at it, I see a lot of growth and potential in this company. Another one that we're going to be looking at is Nike. Now, I like Nike. I've been in Nike for quite some time now. So I've got a Nike around the $80, $90 range, right? And it was really great buy then. I've been buying ever since. Every time it goes up $10, buy a share or two, buy a share or two, buy a share or two, because it's a good hold, right? And so as you can see, this is another demand or another increase where the price is pushing up consistently up to the upside. So if you wanted to invest in Nike at the moment, if you say, Shaquan, I just really want to get in at a good price, I'm liking Nike around $138.85. I'm going to see how today closes, and if it closes at a good bullish range, this could be a really good hold for now. Now, everything pulls back, right? If there is a deeper pullback, what I'm thinking is you can even buy it cheaper and you can keep compounding your money, and you can even get it for a $130 if it does pull back. Because if we go to a higher time frame, once again, because the price charts works off time frames, you can either look how the company is growing every week, which is why we're in a weekly time frame, or you can look how the company is growing every day, which is why we have a daily time frame. So in a weekly right here, this is the last low or higher low at 118. We want to see it stay above it. And if it does stay above it, this is why I'm looking around the $130 area if it has a deeper pullback or a deeper correction. But once again, you can use this information to kind of do some more of your own research as well too. So let me answer the question. I drink coffee. Y'all like Starbucks? Because I like Starbucks. Okay, so I like to invest in Starbucks. Now, I don't go to Starbucks as often, but I do see a really nice potential move here. So I talked about Starbucks about 2 weeks ago on my Facebook page, just a personal Facebook page with family and friends, right? And then I made a statement about how Starbucks can reach back up to $106 all the way up to $107.75, and it did actually that, right? Now, since we have that, and I see there is a demand for Starbucks still, I can say, listen, y'all, now if price stays above $100, it's the pullback, right? If it can stay above $100, this can be really good potential to get in again and to hold it, right? And so that's what I'm going to end up doing. This just confirms that my buy was good. There was really good money in this market. And so I want to see if we can keep rising, if my money will keep making me money. And if I buy another share or two, I can make more money, potentially increasing the value of my portfolio. And that's what I'm going to end up doing, okay? Another one that we can look at, you guys, and this will be the last one, is going to be American Airlines. Now, as we all know, there's not a lot of people flying, but there are still people flying, okay? Eventually, especially with this COVID strand, what they're helping is that more people will start to travel, right? When you want people to travel, you may be a person who wants to travel, especially if the COVID vaccine does work. And so guess what? We have Delta, we have American Airlines, right? That's the airlines that most people pump their money into when they're going for a flight, right? And so I'm looking at American Airlines, and I am even invested in Delta as well too. I have about a few good shares, about 10, 12 shares and Delta, which I'll be pushing more money into that company pretty soon here as well too. But American Airlines is sitting at a beautiful place right now, and so let's discuss. Well, if we look at where it is right now, this could be a really good long-term play. But not only that, another reason why it could be a good long-term play is because it's a cheap stock at the moment. So if we can stay above $13.78, then I'm thinking that this would be a good play back up into the $18.63, right? So just think of that, right? That's a $3 increase. Imagine owning 10 shares, 50 shares, 100 shares, timesing that by 3. You're going to multiply it by 3. How much can you get out of that in return? That'll be a really good play for you guys. And we don't know how long it'll take for it to hit. If it even hit, we don't ever know. And that's the thing with the market. No matter what you do, you take a risk. And the risk is a chance. It can either be a positive chance or it can be a negative chance. But either way, you guys, we're finding ways to get involved. So these are a few companies that I'm looking at. The prices do range on a few of these. So here's the thing, you guys. I'm not asking you to invest in all of these. You don't have to invest in any of them if you don't want to. But this can be the beginning foundation of you understanding how to look at a price chart. It can also be a good beginning foundation to understand what it actually looks like when price is moving. What are we actually looking at to decide we want to be buyers in a stock? How do we know when we want to sell our portions? Like, what does that look like? I'm not asking you to try to put all of your money in any of these either. You can start with one share at a time because that's where it begins. It begins with one share at a time. So I'm hoping that you guys found this video valuable. I'll be doing these more often because I already do them in the Forex market, right? Every single week, you guys can catch a new video from me when I drop this bomb on you about the Forex market or the stock market. And if you have any questions from me, make sure you guys leave them down in the comment section below, or you can use my email, which is also below too. Be sure you guys are also following me and subscribe to me here on YouTube and on Instagram. So I'll talk to you guys later.